In this video, I will be speaking about Euro USD. Now, as usual, I will keep the video as educational as possible by first covering the technical aspect of this market. And by the end of the video, by using a combination of these two different types of analysis, we will try to understand where we have the highest probabilities for the next potential move here on this pair. Now, starting from the monthly time frame, what we can see is that we have a market which is testing a quite strong level of previous monthly support, which was acting as support all across this zone, which has once again acted as support. Here, the market tested its zone, started rejecting it to the upside. In a situation like this, we could expect more bullish price action to be developed away from this area. So, from the monthly time frame, everything looks pretty bullish. Dropping down on the weekly, what do we see? Well, on the weekly time frame, first of all, we have to notice how the market is currently testing exactly the previous weekly high. In fact, from here the market was finding resistance. It seems like now the market managed to break above this resistance. So now this previous weekly resistance is turned support. We can see how the market also tested it here with this wick and is currently rejecting it to the upside. So in a situation like this, we could expect more bullish price action to be created away from this area. Dropping down on the daily time frame, what do we have? Well, from a daily perspective, we can notice how the market has just created this W formation. In general, after the creation of a W, what you would expect is first a potential completion at the neckline and then having more bullish continuation. Now, I did speak about Euro USD a couple of times in the past. Especially, I spoke about Euro USD after the market created this impulse. I made a full breakdown explaining all the reasons for which we could expect first this correction and then this continuation to the upside, which is exactly what the market is currently doing. And I also spoke about Euro USD after this impulse and correction from here. I made a full breakdown explaining all the reasons for which we could expect this potential rejection to the upside. And by the way, I will link in the description these previous analysis so you can go and check them out for more free education. So this means that moving back to the technical side of the market, if we will actually see a completion of this W formation that we have previously identified at the neckline, which is essentially this previous daily resistance turn support, this would be a very interesting area, instead of which we could be looking for a potential rejection to the upside at that point for the potential completion of this daily impulse correction and impulse pattern to the upside. So if we will have this correction, how we could be approaching a potential rejection to the upside? Well, as usual, trading is reactive and not predictive. The monthly, weekly, and daily, those are the best time frames from a directional perspective. However, when it comes to confirmations and entries, the best time frames are the intraday time frames, so 4 hour and lower. Therefore, what we could be doing, potentially also with students, is monitoring price action from an intraday perspective during this move to the downside, waiting for the market to shift from an intraday bearish market as we would have to an intraday bullish market. And if the market would shift from an intraday bearish to bullish market and provide to us one of our valid entries, at that point we could be looking for a potential rejection to the upside for the market to potentially complete this impulse correction and impulse pattern to the upside. Now, if you enjoyed this free analysis education and update, make sure to drop a like and a comment. It really does support the creation of more free analysis education and updates for all of you, and I will see you in my next breakdown.